covalent bond, as I mentioned before, they are two types. One is called polar, one is called nonpolar. What does it mean? Some electron, some atom, they are like a bullet. They're like bullet. What do I mean? Okay, think about your high school nightmare. When you were in high school, what would bully do to you? They would take your lunch money. Similarly, the bully in the chemistry, they are like this. When they're sharing an electron, sometimes they are not equally shared. Because one atom, they may be a bully, the other atom may be weaker. Then the bully will pull the electron closer to himself. It's like taking the lunch money from you. We call it electronegativity. We use this term instead of using the bully, okay? Some atoms, they are more electronegative than the other. Some atoms, they are not. For atoms, they are more electronegative. They will attract the electron. They will attract the covalent bond closer to itself. First, we talk about non-polar molecule, the covalent bond. That means the nice, peaceful high school student. They don't take your lunch money. What do? They just live happily together so that they share everything equally. In here, the reason why, usually, generally, if the atom is larger, they are more electronegative. It's just like bully, okay? They have a bigger body, they have larger, so they can beat you up. But in this case, you can see carbon is larger than hydrogen. But somehow carbon is not a bully because 4 weaker hydrogen atoms, they pull, it's like, 4 weaker students beat up the one bully. In this case, the covalent bond, they are equally shared by all 4 hydrogen atoms. So all these are non-polar. That means non-polar, meaning that the covalent electron, they are equally shared. Now let's give you a polar covalent bond example. It's H2O, water. Water compound, okay, not water molecule, water compound in here. You can see that this oxygen is larger than hydrogen. And it only has 2 hydrogen atoms here. In this case, because oxygen is larger, so it acts as a bully, it is more electronegative. You pull the electron closer to itself, so that you make the oxygen atom a little bit negative. And then you make the hydrogen atom a little bit positive. So that on this side, it will be a little bit negative, on this side, it will be a little bit positive. Because of that, we call it polar. Polar meaning that you have a slightly negative and slightly positive in the molecule. But it is not an ion. It's not like sodium ion or chloride ion. It is completely positively charged or completely negatively charged. They are still sharing the electron, but it's just that they is not equally shared. So it looks like this. We use the Greek letter delta. Delta positive, delta negative to signify the polarity. So this side is a little positive, this side is a little negative. Now we talk about the third type of bond. We talk about covalent bond, ionic bond. Now this is hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond is basically due to this kind of unevenly distributed charge in the polar molecule of water. So what happens is that when you have more than one water compound together, as we know that opposite charge attract, because there's slightly positive charge here, slightly negative charge here, then they will form bond between these two, and then we call this the hydrogen bond. Similarly, you can have one in here. And you can also form a hydrogen bond in here. Hydrogen bond, as you can see, that it is formed between the slightly positively charged hydrogen ion and slightly negatively charged oxygen atom. Because of that, the attraction is weak, a lot weaker than ionic bond. Oh, you can see it here, slightly positive, slightly negative, and then they form a bond here. Because it is only slightly positive, slightly negative, the attraction is a lot weaker than we call this ionic bond. And all these water, the hydrogen bond gave water specific properties that we'll talk about that is essential and critical for us, for our biological properties. So we compose of most of our body they are water because in the cell, the cytoplasm is mostly water. We'll talk about cytoplasm later. So water is liquid in the room temperature. It's due to hydrogen bond. We'll tell you what it means. First of all, water has high heat capacity. What does it mean, high heat capacity? Meaning that, first of all, you need to define calorie is the amount of energy needed to raise temperature of 1 gram of water in 1 degree Celsius. This is an important concept because if you take physiology, you will learn about the definition of calorie again. And it is good to know about calorie because when you buy food, you can read about the food label, about how much calorie the food contains. What happens is that the hydrogen bond, that link between the water molecule, they resist the changes of the state of the water molecule. So if we supply more and more energy, we heat up water, the water molecule will move more, we have more movement, but the hydrogen bond is the one that hold them together, try to resist the changes. Water has a very high heat capacity, meaning that it takes a lot of energy to vaporize, to change the water from one state to another state, meaning that it takes a lot of energy to change water from ice to liquid, and it takes a lot of energy to change the water from liquid to gas. Why? Because of hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond is the one that hold it together. And that's why, let me see. This is another term, heat of vaporization. It's like the heat capacity. It takes 540 calories to vaporize the water, to vaporize 1 gram of water. That's why we sweat. When we sweat, the liquid sweat takes the heat capacity, a high heat capacity, to become 100 degrees, and then after this, it will take 540 degrees of the heat energy to vaporize the water, to change it from liquid to gas. So the question to you is that, have you thought about why people living in the, let's say, Malibu or beach area, Manhattan Beach, Marina Del Rey, all those areas are very expensive. But if you live in the inland empire, let's say you live in Pomona, those areas they are relatively, the housing cost is relatively lower. Have you thought about why? How come when we live in the beach area, it is more expensive? But in an area is less expensive? Okay, I'll let you think about this question. I'll tell you the answer in the next video.